Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're discussing 5 huge issues I have with my Quest after nearly 2 years of constant use. Now this video will be focusing exclusively on the Quest 2 device itself, completely ignoring the company that sells it. I know a lot of people have strong opinions on Meta, but that is not today's focus, nor is this an opportunity to crap on the Quest 2. The Quest still remains the easiest headset to recommend to anyone interested in getting into VR, and it's definitely the best bang for your buck. That being said though, the headset has a series of major issues, and I constantly feel like it's half marvel of modern technology, half complete piece of So today we'll be going over these 5 major issues ranked from least to most significant, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by Wands Alliances. Wands Alliances features highly competitive 3v3 online action. If you're sick of traditional shooters or prefer something that focuses more on teamwork and strategy, you'll want to look into this game. There's 3 distinct classes to master, a large array of unlockable spells, and highly competitive gameplay that's easy to learn but tough to master. If you're looking for additional information, there are links down in the description. Okay, so let's jump right into issue number 1, which is the comfort level. While definitely not a deal breaker for most, and there are plenty of official or third-party solutions, there's no denying that a stock Quest 2 is pretty darn uncomfortable. The plastic on the default head strap digs into the back of your head, while also failing to properly support the Quest. There's also a good chance that the material on the face gasket will irritate your skin, and the limited IPD range might leave you with some pretty bad eye strain. Now, like I said, this isn't the biggest issue. Meta will send you a silicone face cover for free. There's alternatives available from third-party companies, like my sponsor, Kiwi Design. Discount code Mateo311 for 5% off and to help support this channel. And it's basically the same case when it comes to head straps. An Elite strap is a must for the majority of Questers, and I personally couldn't imagine using one without it. Now, an equally frustrating issue with the Quest that's more expensive to resolve is the battery life. While the device claims up to 3 hours of gameplay, in more demanding titles, it's usually 2 hours or less. Now, most users will resolve this with an additional battery pack, but that's a significant extra expense, and the recharge time can be quite long. If you've been using your headset consistently since launch, it's possible you've already lost 10 to 20% of your total battery life due to their normal degradation. I've also had plenty of situations where I leave my headset on standby and it just drains the battery over a short period of time. Scenarios like this can make play sessions extremely frustrating, and I've even seen my battery go from full charge to shut down in as short as 90 minutes when playtesting Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Now, when your total gameplay time has a countdown clock, any other issues that prevent you from getting into a game quickly or just slow down the user experience can significantly cut into our game time, and that's a major part of our next issue, which is honestly a combined series of many small issues. On their own, not a single one of these will ruin your experience, but when combined together, they quickly add up. The Quest operating system has numerous bugs such as constantly forgetting your room boundaries, audio dropouts, and even minor crashes that require a reboot to resolve. Combine this with a horrible user interface that not only constantly moves around for no reason, but is overly complicated to simply join your friends in a game. Now, that part cannot be understated. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a room full of nothing but content creators, and we all struggle to get in game together and then spend about 5 minutes bitching and moaning about it. It is a massively unnecessary burden. And when you do finally get everyone together, there's a good chance that someone's audio is not working for absolutely no reason at all. And the final part of this equation is the device itself is just plain slow. Initial load times can be minutes long, downloads take significantly longer than other devices on your same network, and waiting for an installation to complete can be quite painful. And unlike any other type of entertainment device, when your Quest 2 virtual reality experience stutters, there's a good chance it might make you motion sick. Now, the veterans out there are used to the screen locking up and moving along with your head, but if it's the first time you've ever experienced it, it is not a comfortable sensation. But an even bigger issue I have with the Quest 2 is its lack of games. Now, that might be surprising for some, as the game catalog itself is quite large, but unfortunately the majority of titles are casual, have short gameplay length, suffer from bland graphics, and fail to represent many different game genres. Yes, you can significantly expand your library with the help of a PC, but then you are PC gaming, and this video focuses on the Quest. Roughly 3/4 of the people who purchase the Quest have never and will never connect it to a PC. So if you're looking for AAA style games or a high degree of mechanical complexity, you really won't find that on the Quest 2. Off the top of my head, I can really only think of a handful of sports games, and that's mini golf and table tennis. My personal favorite genre, RPGs, is also severely lacking, and other genres like MMO only have 2 mediocre choices to pick from. While there's a ton of different shooters, many of which I truly enjoy, there still isn't much in terms of a single player campaign, and online PvP is usually a lot less complex than what you find on consoles. So except for a handful of games, mostly those funded by Meta like Resident Evil 4 and Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, you might find the Quest 2 game catalog extremely underwhelming. And what I currently consider the biggest issue for the Quest 2 right now is the device is already aging out. As much as Meta claims the Quest 2 will be here for a long time, its gaming prowess is fading fast, and a long time can be quite relative. Sure, the Quest 2 can remain useful, and Meta will most likely wait longer than their previous devices before discontinuing support, but we will need to move on from the Quest 2 for VR games to remain competitive. An excessive level of optimization is required for high-quality Quest titles, cutting into the game's overall development, and more titles are getting extremely close to the device's physical limitations. The upcoming Bone Lab and Red Matter 2 will most likely be pushing the Quest 2 to its absolute limit in terms of graphics and mechanics, and many future games will fail to even compare to these titles. While Resident Evil 4 was extremely successful, resurrecting 15-year-old games will pale in comparison to what PlayStation VR 2 has coming in the near future. So if you're looking for cutting-edge VR titles, the Quest will continue to disappoint. Okay, so I have one final bonus issue for the content creators out there. I'm sure as many of you know that creating content for the Quest 2 is an absolute nightmare. Between recording files constantly getting corrupted, audio dropping out, or the act of recording absolutely kills your game performance, it's a miracle that people create videos for Quest games. On top of that, we get to pick between highly cropped, low resolution footage, or we can add blurry edges. And things get much worse if you want to stream with the Quest to any normal platform. For years, we've been asking Meta for some updates, and there were supposed to be some enhanced capture tools released back in May, but nothing is available to the general public just yet. Now, just some final notes. This was not meant to be a Quest bash fest. This is a list of grievances that I want to see resolved in future headsets. For all its faults, the Quest 2 remains the top-selling, easiest to recommend, and cheapest way to get into VR. With continued constructive criticism, we can help the industry deliver some amazing new products. No one likes hearing anything bad about a device they genuinely enjoy, but feedback is needed to move forward. So don't go freaking out on me. There's no need to be a fanboy here. We can definitely do this list about other VR products, but there's even less to say there, and no one's buying those products, so it would be pointless to talk about them. I mean, if you think I'm only talking smack about the Quest, go check out my Pimax vs Valve Index video. Okay, everybody, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And as always, I will see you guys on next time.